Yo, I shot this video once already, and the wind was so bad I had to shoot it again, so here we are. But as you can tell in the thumbnail, I've got a new toy. I sacrificed the vet to get this thing. Me and a gentleman on Marketplace struck a deal. I think he was looking for a side-by-side and just really couldn't move the Jeep. And the Jeep was exactly what I was looking for, so I think he thinks that he could probably move the vet a little easier, so hope he does. But we come up to an agreement and a deal, and the Corvette is gone. The Corvette videos didn't do that well anyway. I had a few on here, just mainly wondering how did the Terminator X-Max on it, but that was about all the feedback I'd get from the Corvette videos. Didn't get much. Didn't get many views and much interest in it. I'm also building the Fox. I still got to fix the F-150 videos coming out on why the F-150's been broken down and why you haven't seen much of that here pretty soon. And I also have the 4th gen F-body to do. So we got 3, and we have the Blackwing behind us that we got to do a tune and some E85 or something. We got to do something to it. It just ain't cutting it. So yeah, I was looking for, there's a couple events coming up, some trails I want to hit with my buddies before wintertime comes, and a lot of them are closed. They're full of snow and stuff like that. You know, still get some decent riding in this fall and winter, hopefully, and maybe next spring. I also wanted to go to King of Hammers. I know my buddies are going to 25 King of the Hammers more than likely, and I'd really like to attend that as well. So what I got will work just fine there. So let's go outside and check this monster out, shall we? All right, DoorDash pulling up in the middle of the video. Anyway, here it is. We're gonna start it up and get it in the backyard, turn you guys around, and we're gonna check it out fully. It just needs a little TLC. As you can tell, I took the treps off my Jeep and threw them on here. These tires had some, I don't know if that was intentionally cut in there or what. It looked like somebody I don't know. That's a crazy cut though. But these tires have a bunch of cuts in them. I know that he used them full of water and stuff like that. So I think I'm just gonna sell the wheels and tires on Marketplace. I guess BFG Reds, this is when they get the best. And they're still worth a little bit of money is what I hear. So, but I wanted to put my wheels and tires on it, get it a little more ground clearance, and make it a little snappier. It definitely looks way better with the Tret 42s and Dirty Lives on it than it did with the race lines and the Reds. But yeah, here it is. We're gonna crank this sucker up. She fires right up. Hold on, let me get the key. Mechanically, it's sound. It just needs some TLC, so that's what we're gonna do. Sounds great. So yeah, I'm gonna jump this thing, drive to the backyard, and we're gonna do a little walk around of it and drive it over some of the jumps maybe, and go over it in full detail. It ain't too bad because look, it's only got, I can see that on the GoPro, but it's got 87,000 miles. It's been a I believe it's been a rock buggy trail rig most of its life since it was pretty much new. I know that's been through a bunch of variations, but we're gonna make it ours. We're gonna put our little touches on it. I'm probably gonna pick up a JL grill and take this nastiness out of it, but we'll explain all that when we get in the backyard. All right, got this turd pulled out in the backyard. Let me flip you guys around and we'll go over it real quick. All right, this is a 2002 Jeep TJ Sport. It's been tubed from basically behind the front seats back and shortened. Got great departure angle here. It had a dimple dyed toolbox right here that was impossible to fill the cell with. It's super dirty. It's on some Fox, looks like some Fox air shocks in the back. It had a literal CO2 tank as a power tank back here. Dude just threw the air bumps there. I guess they're collapsed or busted or something. They were just throwing the floorboard, so going to put some bump stops on the back of it. It looks like it was set up for bump stops at one time. Has a built 14 bolt in the back, 538 gears, the Yukon Grizzly locker, crane diff cover, pretty stout rear end, disc brake conversion. If you can't tell, it has a line for each caliper, which you guys know what that means. That means it's got a handle for each brake back there. So that's the back left, that's the back driver brake. That's the back passenger brake. You can pull them both together and do front wheel digs. It's got an Atlas 4.3 transfer case in it, twin stick, 2-speed, aluminum links. It's got dog chewed up, weathered seats. Not real sure about these harnesses either. They're pretty weathered. I would say probably time to get some new ones. It's got the wide open design, sidewinder shifter. Here's the front and rear transfer case handles, which are kind of sketchy and ghetto, but they work. I don't like how it hits the gear shifter right there, but you're hardly ever in too high. So it's got some switches on here that don't work for the winch. So like I said, it needs some definitely needs some TLC. It's got aluminum body on the back, aluminum top on top, no windshield. It's got this fiberglass hood on here. If anybody can tell me what brand fiberglass hood this is, I'd be grateful, because I have not found this thing online anywhere. It's got a built-in fender on it. I thought it was like maybe a poison spider unit or something. I can't find it anywhere. It's probably pretty old. It's got some rough poison spider beat up rock guards on it, which nothing wrong with those. We're going to repaint this thing. It is it's just not been taken care of at all. It's rusted, and it's rusted everywhere just because no one's kept up on paint. The front is a 78 Kingpin 60. It's got PSC double-ended ram, full hydro steering. It's got some FOA 14-inch coilovers in the front. Looks like about 6 inches, 5 to 6 inches of up travel on them, which is about right. Got an old worn winch in the front here. Let's get this. All right, the hood's a little flimsy and a little hard to open because this thing's so bent right here. But under the hood, we're rocking a stock 2002 4.0. I know this ain't the best 4.0 out there, but it'll do. Got an old worn winch on the front. Probably gonna change that out for something. It's got a stock TJ grill in it. Probably gonna change that out too and scoot it back. I've got a JO grill I think I found to scoot that back. The radiator is aluminum. Got a huge dent in it over here. Probably gonna swap that out as well. It's not cooling correctly, but the fan's not even, it's like an inch away from the radiator, so of course it's not gonna pull any air through there when it's pulling air around the fan. Got Optima yellow top, tons of trail rash. No doors, no windshield, none of that jazz. It's got an aluminum top on it. We're gonna bend it around and do some work on it. Gonna do a lot of paint work on it, a lot of maintenance, and a lot of wiring work. The wires are just, just laying on the heat shrunk and just laying on whatever. I noticed this the other day too. This is the ARB compressor for the front. And it has this is the power lead coming into it, and it's about 16 inches. That wire there is about 16 inches from going to ground. So we're gonna just little odds and ends, things like that. It's got wires just clipped here and there that I have no idea where we're going to, if they got power going to them or not. It's a rat nest for wiring, but that's all right. We'll fix that up. Not a huge fan of these old ass terminals. I'm just looking at things that could cause issues and potentially lead to an issue on the trail. That's one thing I don't want. The front end's solid. I feel no play or nothing in the front end. There's some play in the back end. I got up under it and every single heim joint in the rear was loose. I hope that didn't affect the aluminum links any or mess up the threads. My plan is to take off my brand new King 14-inch coilovers and throw those on here, and probably throw my rear links in here too, and shove this rear end back just a couple more inches. I think he said it's at 112 or 113 inch wheelbase right now. I'm not real sure. But yeah, the front's a 60 kingpin. It's got a decent high steer kit on it, pretty beefy. It's got the lines running up the control arm with some heat wrap. That's a pretty good idea. O2 sensor back there just hanging out on the exhaust, about to burn the wires in two. Like the airline's in pretty decent shape. It had a old Walmart or like a AutoZone filter just stuck on the throttle body there. Luckily I had this K&N intake laying around, a K&N filter. I'm gonna get an outerwear for it and tuck a bunch of these wires up and loom all this stuff. There's a relay up there, not sure what it goes to. I'm not a fan of the grill, how they cut it around and added this steel plate deal to it, but I'm gonna take all that out. We're probably gonna cut down another JL grill and throw in there, and I got some lights for it on the way. And I think I found some Corbu, however you say it, aftermarket seats online with brand new harnesses on Marketplace. We're gonna try to go pick those up tomorrow. Got some Willwood front brakes on it, pretty cool. It does have some decent parts. Not sure who built it. The previous owner said that he owns an off-road shop and he built it, but I've had a lot of people reach out to me that I guess know of this Jeep, and what one person said one guy built it, another person said this other shop built it. I don't know who built it. Could have been a shop, could have been a garage build, not real sure. I think it's about a combination of the two, honestly. Just by looking at everything, the tube work looks really good, but like the wiring and stuff like that does not look the best. But yeah, it had a dimple die rattle box on top of this thing. You couldn't get gas in here without a certain gas can, so I'm gonna run a hose up here and get the Moto-Built filler neck thing, put it on one of the tubes here and just run that up here. I'm gonna throw a pack out mount up there and place for a cooler. We'll have plenty of places down here for some fluids and some tools and stuff. We also got room behind the seats for tools. Got a chase light on it. The brakes and reverse lights work on it. The headlights are some old ass LED lights. Not a huge fan of those. They're not very bright and they're yellow and crappy looking. I've got some aux beam eBay lights coming on the way, but we're gonna paint this thing up and clean it up and fix all this wiring mess on it and figure out what else is loose in the rear end. It feels like links. I've checked all the links and tightened them up, but I'm still feeling some movement back there when you give it gas, so not real sure what that is yet. But yeah, this is it. This is the new unit. I really wanted a turnkey crawler, and this is the first thing that popped up, and the guy was actually serious, so we made a deal. It's got an RTEC fuel cell in the back. That's about it. It's got a removable steering wheel. Heat still works. Got a homemade custom aluminum console, which is kind of ratty, but it'll do for now until we get something different. I don't like the stick setup on it. Like I said, this and this basically hit each other. Kind of a bad design, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is the new unit. It doesn't do bad. I've ran over all these hills and stuff with it. Seems to work okay. Full drive works okay. Front dig does fine. The ARB air locker works fine. Everything works on it, but just needs some love. Needs some cleaning up. Like it looked like it hadn't been cleaned up in 30 years. I know this ain't the desirable 4.0 to have. This is like the newer style, the last style 4.0 they had, like the ones that are in the WJs and stuff. It's the newer style one. I guess that's the one with the crappy pistons and stuff in it. So we'll be careful with it, not beat on it too hard. But aluminum links. It's got some bolts missing out of the belly pan. Cage is tied into the frame. It looks pretty beefy as far as all the frame and tube work goes. So that's mainly what I was looking for, is something that was pretty much almost ready to go. But it does work good. The front dig thing works good. It's got drive slugs in it, no hubs. Yukon axles in the back with the Yukon Grizzly locker, like I said. But yeah, I had to throw my wheels and tires on it. Made it look way better than it did with the 39-inch Reds. I'll plug a pic of that in right now of it. But yeah, as far as it goes, it's ready to go. It has a key. Starts right up. Sounds good. But I just need some wiring love on it. It's got fire hazards all over the place on this thing, so definitely wasn't got some broken wires here. A little bit of, I don't know what kind of connector that is right there, but we're gonna go over all these wires and redo them. Like I said, that one was inches from, this one's like a 1/16 of an inch from grounding out to the frame. The ARB locker. So yeah, we got a little bit of TLC to do with it. I'm gonna do some painting on it. I got a car cover for it, that way I can protect it all. I'm gonna put this thing on the trailer here in a little bit, or later on today, and haul it to town and pressure wash it down, and trying to get it cleaned up a little bit before I throw some paint on it. But yeah, got a suck down winch in the back, trans cooler with a fan. It is running an AW4 transmission, which is weird. I guess it's an older transmission that runs off vacuum and not computer, and then it has the Atlas transfer case, which is a good unit. The brakes work fine. Looks like a bigger brake booster master cylinder what comes on a TJ. I think they might have upgraded it. The ARB compressor here. We got some eBay pods for the rock lights out front. We're gonna put some other rock lights around it. Needs some interior lights. There's no interior light for it, so I do plan on riding this thing at night. Yeah, not in best shape, but not in bad shape. You know, if you was to pay someone to do this to yours, it would be greatly way more than what my Vet was worth. But it's just a little used, which I think I'd rather have a used one than that's already been played with and beat up and proven than a brand new one that I go out and flip it and crush it and feel kind of bad about it. I won't feel bad about putting this one on its top or on its side. So there it is. That's a walk around of the new toy. Definitely gonna take this thing on some adventures. Suspension setup's good on it. I'm really not a fan of the air shocks. They may work, they may not, I don't know. But I'm definitely gonna put my coilovers on it. Now I already put my wheels and tires on it. We're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna do a grill on it, fix the radiator, put a shroud, and fix the fan on it so it doesn't overheat. He said it overheats if you beat on it. You can't really run it hard, but you can literally look and see why it overheats. So tell me what y'all think, man. We'll close this hood, jump in here. All right, hood's closed. Let's jump in here and take this thing over a couple of these jumps I got out here. It is kind of hard getting in and out of, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Put her in neutral. We'll just put her in too low. It'll climb all this stuff out here in too low easy. Yeah, it climbs everything out here and just 2.0 crawls it. I don't even have my foot on the gas. It doesn't feel real unstable or real tippy, which is I wasn't expecting from the air shocks, but no, it doesn't look that much of a steep angle, but that jump face is pretty tall, but I think she's going to do great off-road. Put a little bit of love and a little bit of TLC here and there and some maintenance done on it. We'll change the oil and all that jazz. No telling when the oil is changing this thing. Hydraulic steering works great on it. Yeah, it does great. I've climbed literally all these hills in my backyard and too high. Don't even need to lock in the front or the front locker. So it should do pretty good off-road. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this piece of junk. We're gonna build a panel here to cover up all the gauge stuff up on it, because the gauge stuff still works. Tack works, fuel gauge works, everything works with the speedometer. Holds good oil pressure. No knocks, nothing like that, and it has an AW4 in it, so you can't beat that at all. So yeah, this is it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Tell me if I messed up or not. Tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. We're definitely going to take this thing pretty soon and hit some trails with it. I think we're going to take it out this weekend and practice around where we went camping a couple weekends ago in the JL, and just take it out and around and see if it, what fails, what doesn't fail, what it needs. Just, I don't want to take it on no serious trails right now because I haven't really shaken it down, but there's a couple spots we can go beat down on it a little bit and shake it down and see how it acts, how it performs, and go from there. Pretty solid build. Just need some TLC and some maintenance done on it. But like always, I appreciate y'all for watching. You got any comments, questions, hit me up. I'm really thinking about taking this thing to Trail Hero, so if any of you guys are going out that way, want to meet up. I don't know. I'm not going to know anybody out there, so I'm probably going to go by myself. But yeah, if any of you guys want to meet up or something like that, let me know. But like always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Let me know what you think about this hunk of junk. Not really sure what to name it yet. Yeah, tell me what y'all think about it. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll definitely make some videos on changing the grill out and how I cut my JL grill down and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to get the grill behind the winch, but I just don't see it happening. I may have to notch the JL grill some too. Not real sure. I don't know if I can move the winch forward anymore or not, but it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Going in and out recession.